Once again we are back to the class, and we are going to a newer topic or newer lesson in this class. We have already learned about the management functions, which includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, and in that we have already learned the planning and organizing in detail. And in this session we will be learning, from this session onwards we will be learning the managerial function of staffing. We have already learned in planning, we do things in advance, we decide before something is happening, we think before we do something. In organizing, we were talking about finding out the work, dividing it, creating authority responsibility relationship, and we were handling the work, we were forming departments, handing it over. Such a lot of things were happening in organizing. And here the function of staffing is a continuation of that. In organizing, we already learned about organizational structure, where job positions are created or where departments were created, superiors were decided, subordinates were decided, but in real, persons are required there. When we are creating organization structure, when we are creating positions, hierarchy of positions, the next thing what we need is persons there. We need to bring in persons to do that work, and it is in the function of staffing we are finding out the kind of persons, the type of persons, the quality and qualifications of persons whom we are looking for, and putting them at the job position so as to make sure that our planning and organizing function gains meaning, or it is being put into action. So we start with the function of staffing. Staffing is the function of finding out persons to fill the job positions, fill different positions in organizational structure, and it makes sure that it is keeping filled the job positions at a times. We are entering the function of staffing. Now, what is staffing? Staffing simply means it's a function of filling and keeping filled the job positions. We have already created job positions in the function of organizing, and this job position need persons to put those job into action or in real. So it is in the function of staffing we are finding out the right kind of persons to be put in that job position. So it is a function of filling and keeping filled. Keeping filled means a person who is being taken to a job, we cannot expect that person to be there for the whole long time. They may quit, they may change, or whatever be. So when a person changes, when a person quits that particular job, there must be somebody else to take it over. Or organization is to make sure that there is a person there to take up the job. That is why we are saying it is filling and keeping filled the jobs, making sure that there is a continuation, or continuously there is a person to take care of that job. So it is a managerial position, making sure that there is a person for doing the job, and that person is there, or if that person is leaving, somebody else is there to take up the job. In simple words, it can be said as finding out the right person for the right job. It is finding out right person for the right job. A person with the required quality, competence is being put for the job which he is familiar to or which he is excellent at. So, it is the activity of finding out right person for right job. Again, in other words, the same thing is being said, it is putting people to jobs. That means for doing a job, we are finding out a person and assigning him with that job. So, it is putting people to job. And one very important thing we have to keep in mind is that it deals with human resource. Of course, there is machine, of course, there is money, of course, there is a lot other things, but in an organization, human being is the most important resource because it is with his touch many things happen. So, human resource is being considered as a very important thing in the function of staffing or in the managerial activity. So, it is this particular function which is dealing with human resource. It deals with human resource. Now, we have to think a bit about how this concept came. It was not all of a sudden this one came, this human resource concept, because I am talking about a little bit about the evolution of human resource management, because this function is basically managing the human resource. Initially it was just trade unions who were taking care of the requirements of employees, or trade unions they were looking into many things, and later there came the concept of labor welfare. Initially trade unions were looking into it, but they cannot have much of power, but later company understood that the welfare of labor is to be taken into consideration. So, they put a person in charge of looking into welfare of the employees, and they were given a name called labor welfare officer, and they were just taking necessary activities to make sure that welfare of employees being welfare activities to make sure that employees are keeping fine. They didn't have much of action to do, or their scope was very restricted. But when factory system was introduced, a lot of people, maybe in thousands, people started coming under one roof, and the required persons to be selected, or persons to be placed. So, labor welfare officer concept slowly diminished, and there came the concept of personal manager or personal management. Personal means workforce, and he was not looking only into welfare activities, he was looking into recruitment, he was looking into selection, he was looking into placement, placing the people for the job. All these things came into picture, and later labor officer was restricted with less of scope, whereas personnel manager had something more to do. But that was not enough, or as business grew up or business grew in large, what happened was that the management identified that human resource was a very important thing which is to be considered. Human resource was very important thing to be considered, and they must be developed, they must be provided with all support so as to make sure that there is efficient working in the organization. So what happened was that slowly the concept of personal management was extended, or the scope of personal manager was extended from just finding the persons, selecting the persons, and introducing the persons. It grew up to much more, so as to make sure that resource, the human being as a resource, was being put into the best use for the benefit of the organization. So there came the concept of training, there came the concept of evaluation, appraisal, there came the concept of compensation decisions. So much more things were to be done by the human resource manager, who was a person who was given in charge of developing this human resource to the best use of organization. So it is from trade unions, it is from labor welfare officer, it is from personal manager, it grew to the level of, or it grew to the concept of human resource management, with an idea that the resource, human being as a resource, must be used to best use of it. So that was the way in which this human resource management was brought in. And initially, when staffing was considered as something very important, now when you are analyzing, staffing is a part of human resource management. Human resource is the wider concept which include one of its part as staffing. Staffing is not the only thing what is happening, there are much more things happening. So evolution of human resource management was in this way. Now when you are looking, staffing is finding out persons for the job and putting them at a job position, selecting them and putting at a job position. But human resource management has to go beyond that, or they went beyond that, and they were looking into many other aspects other than just finding out and putting people to job. They went for recruitment, what is happening in staffing, finding out the persons who can be considered for the job, selecting the person, then it is human resource management which was considered with evaluating of the jobs, and job descriptions were prepared, compensation plans were made, training facilities were provided, labor relations, that means what was done by the labor manager earlier, labor welfare officer earlier, labor liaison was being done, labor relations was being done, the welfare activities were considered, grievances and complaints of human resource was being considered, making sure that all welfare activities for employees were taken care, and even defending in company lawsuits, avoiding legal complications. So if you are looking, you can see that from trade unions, from labor welfare officer, it took the level of staffing, or it took the organization to think in a different angle, considering human being as a resource, and brought in the concept of human resource management. And nowadays, if you are analyzing, staffing is not just one work, staffing is not just concerned with selecting all these things. Human resource management, when we are talking about human resource management, just staffing is becoming only just one part of human resource management. Much more things are happening, making sure that the human being as a resource is being used in the best possible manner. So I was just talking about human resource and the evolution of human resource management and staffing as a part of human resource management. Human resource management, when we are considering human resource management, it is a wider concept where staffing is only one part of it. Many things happen before that, many things happen after that. So, but we are talking about the function of staffing, so we will be going in detail regarding that. So, staffing is included in the whole concept of human resource management. That is what I was trying to tell. Now, why is staffing important, or why a firm must go for staffing? What are the benefits it is getting? We have to analyze it. Now, we are going to see that the importance of staffing. Importance of staffing. First and foremost thing they are saying is that staffing helps in discovering and obtaining competent persons. So, when we are finding out a person to be put for the job, we are making sure that persons with the set qualification, persons with the expected qualities, persons with expected experience is being taken in. So, we are making sure that the competent person, that means person best fitting for the job, is being taken in. So, that is one of the thing which brings in importance for staffing. It is helping in discovering and obtaining competent persons. Competent person means the person who is found to be very right for the job. Person with the qualification, person with the qualities, person with experience, person with skill is being found through staffing. So, that is the first benefit we get through staffing. Second one is it ensures higher performance. As I have said, when competent person comes in, when a person who is aware or who is having idea regarding the job, person who is having experience in the job, automatically what happens is that it gets a better performance. So, he will be able to, or she will be able to do job in the best possible manner. So, the performance level will increase. Trials and errors will be less. They will be directly doing the job in the right manner as it is expected. So, it ensures higher performance. They do it in the best possible manner. Third one is continuous survival and growth of organization. We have already seen in the meaning, staffing is concerned with filling and keeping filled the jobs. It makes sure that there is a person to do the job and work happens continuously. So, work is not interrupted because there is no person to do that job. Such a situation is avoided. It makes sure that survival is there, growth. When a person is doing the job again and again, that person is getting well versed in the job, that person is becoming specialist in the job, automatically it will increase productivity, it will help in growth of organization. So, that is another benefit of staffing. Optimum utilization of human resources. When we are taking in persons for the job, we take only what is necessary. You have to understand that when we are looking into staffing, staffing always starts with the manpower planning. How many number of persons of what quality, of what skill, what experience is to be taken is being analyzed first. So, we are taking only the persons whom we require and with the set qualifications, qualities and competencies. So, we cannot say that whomever is coming we will take. We cannot say that less number of persons than requirement is taken in. Both the situations, over and under requirement, over and under staffing will not happen. We take in as according to our requirement. So, we make sure that resources, whomever is being taken, that person is being taken with a view that that person will do the job in the proper manner. So, optimum utilization of human resources being made sure through staffing. And fifth one is it improves job satisfaction. It improves job satisfaction because A person who is doing a job which he knows, automatically he will feel satisfied with the job. If he is happy with the job what he is doing, he is satisfied every time. So in that way, satisfaction level will increase when the job is given to the right person. That person will feel better with the job, that person will feel happy with the job. Automatically, when he is feeling satisfied, he will give his maximum. It will fetch the organization better profit. In turn, it will come to the person as compensation, and in that way also satisfaction level of an employee increases. So we are seeing what is the meaning of staffing, human resource management, and staffing as human resource management, and the importance of staffing.